Wake up Web3, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. What a exciting day.
Gonna be an interesting one today.
Oh, all right, guys. So we have some big news to talk about, but before we get into that, we need to share the bubbles as we do every morning.
Yeah, we're gonna get right into it today.
Yeah. Guys, so lot
WLFI.
down. It's all over WLFI. Woof. If you guys bought Trump token or the World Liberty Finance Institute token, getting wrecked right now. A lot of people thought this token was going to do well. We kind of stayed away from it for the most part, and it is just down hard right now. Really big market cap. So a lot of room for it to fall. But there are some other big projects that are kind of down quite a bit right now. I'm trying to find our good old buddy HBAR right here. Down to almost to 21 cents this morning, guys. This is a huge pullback for HBAR, down about 12% for the month. This is a great opportunity for anybody looking into getting into this project because there is a lot going on with HBAR today. Again, a lot of stuff kind of, pulling back a little bit. It's kind of a boring crypto day. We're down a little bit, but just because we're down doesn't mean that things aren't happening, because there is some really exciting news going on.
Yep.
So
if you see me playing around with the thing here, I'm trying to figure out why the screen share went on the bottom this time. That was weird.
Oh, strange.
I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, even though prices are, just still in the bouncing around stage, there is actually interesting news going on. So we already did the bubbles. It's just yes. Ice, you're correct. You can't call it Trump token because there is a Trump meme token. This is the WLFI token, World Liberty Financial Token. Trump token.
Yeah, exactly. But so I mean, guys, the markets are looking pretty sad today. But that does not mean that there is not stuff going on behind the scenes. There is actually a ton of bullish news that we need to talk about today. The reason we're highlighting HBAR and Sauce today is because these are projects that we've been in for years now, and the amount of attention that HBAR has been getting lately, and the amount of partnerships, the ETFs being filed, all of these bullish indicators, the partnership with NASA that they're going to be using its algorithm to transfer data between satellites. It seems like HBAR is making some serious moves with some serious partners. And today, even more bullish news for HBAR announced, which is crazy to me because the price is still just dumping.
Yep.
So,
HBAR is working behind the scenes. We've shown it 100 times. The companies that are using HBAR are the big boys. So, wow, I need to back my camera out. I had to move my camera forward, so my head looks giant next to your whole body here.
Yeah, the video is coming out today, guys. You'll understand why JC's a little bit closer to the camera than usual. But yeah, guys, I mean, some huge news just came out of HBAR. JC, if you want to pull
it up now.
Yeah, guys, they continue to make incredible partnerships every single day.
Kind of 140 countries are now running on HBAR. They've partnered with HBAR partnered with the World Health Organization some time ago, and so that is when they've partnered up with that, they're having their records, the I guess medical records, electronic medical records, and you can see their auditing trail of health systems from the World Health Organization is moving on chain onto the Hedera hash graph, which means 140 countries who are part of the World Health Organization are using Hedera hash graph.
And guys, I cannot express how big this is. I mean, when we look into projects, this is why we're not a huge fan of meme tokens, because it's like, what do these projects do? That's like our main concern is like we really want to know what these projects are trying to accomplish in their industry. And HBAR is genuinely one of those projects that is going to change the world. You see so many avenues that it's being used for. You know, this is huge. Like the World Health Organization is putting this data on here for a reason. You know what I mean? Again, we've shown this, but JC's going to show it show it again. You know, this is the network of companies behind HBAR. It is wild, the amount of application for this project. And on top of that, in our last video, we just talked about quantum computing. I don't want to bore you guys with the details, but essentially, some people think that quantum computing could threaten blockchain. And there's some truth to that. But as we talked about in our video, there's going to be projects that evolve and that scale with quantum computing. Right now, quantum computing is not threatening anything. Quantum computing is not going to, you know, ruin. It's not going to ruin anything as of right now. But the problem is some blockchains are not prepared to deal with it. Hedera is. Hedera is already ready for the quantum world. And, you know, it just goes to show why some of these big companies are using it, like Google.
So
and
let's take a look at this list here and raise your hand if you think these companies are going to back a project that's going to fail. Okay, got your hand raised. If you think this is going to fail, smack yourself in the face. It's not happening.
And that's the crazy thing, man, is it's just like when I see we'll get into the post-quantum infrastructure here in a second, just for people who care. But essentially, Hedera is quite literally built different, and it's changing the world.
It is
also
not actually a blockchain.
Yeah, it's a hash graph, which to me probably is part of the reason that it's built to handle quantum computing in case of any kind of an attack. But what's interesting to me is how low of a market cap that its DeFi exchange has. Because with all of these incredible updates and all of this bullish news coming out for HBAR, the price of HBAR keeps going down. So like HBAR hasn't had its run yet. It hasn't had that, you know, it's up 3x, don't get me wrong.
Depending
but a
on
lot
when
of
you
people,
bought, it could be at 5x. I know some people bought in the 4 cent range.
Yeah, that was our buying out. So we're very happy with our returns on HBAR, but we see it going much higher. Even $2 to $5 to me is like very in the realm of possibility, maybe even higher.
$5 HBAR, man, that'd be awesome.
And what's insane, guys, is, you know, with the amount of things that this project's doing, it's completely possible as far as market cap goes. So what's interesting is, you know, it's not getting a lot of attention. You know, XRP is kind of stealing the show right now. And HBAR is just kind of, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Look at that. You know, we have a $10 billion market cap. But again, a 10x is completely within the realm of possibility for this project. But that's not why I'm so interested in Hedera. Don't get me wrong. Hedera seems to me like a safe 10x, and you don't get very many of those. The project that I am more interested in, and this is because, as you guys know, every major chain has an exchange platform. Okay,
I'm just going to spoil it for them. There you go.
Yeah, bam. So I love it. No, get right into it. Guys, this is got to be Reptar's #1 pick. This is one of my biggest holdings. The reason that I'm so bullish on Saucer Swap is because HBAR is clearly going to be a winner this cycle. HBAR is going to absolutely rip. It's got all of this money behind it, all of these tech companies, all of these ETFs coming. It's being used for important things. HBAR is going to make it. Okay. And what I saw what happened last cycles with all the DeFi platforms just absolutely exploding once these chains got major adoption. Once Ethereum really took off, Uniswap just went. After Solana took off, Radium and Jupiter just went. The same thing happened with things like Sushi Swap and all of the Pancake Swap, all of these different, DeFi platforms. Sauce is the #1 DeFi platform on Hedera, and it's sitting at a $50 million market cap.
Guys, at one point, and you can look at the date there, February 26th of 2024, last February, when Bitcoin was down. Sauce had its all-time high at 23.5 cents, or 23.2 cents. That's a 6x from here.
Yeah, roughly. And the interesting thing is that's just back to all-time high.
Yeah, that's back to all-time, and that was in the peak of the bear market.
Yeah. So this is a project I think is being absolutely slept on 100%. I've been watching a bunch
here.
Barely 5 cents. I've seen people talking about price predictions also going to $5. And like, I can see that because the market cap is so low. So just to show you guys the math real quick, basically the way that it works is, the market cap's really important because that's how much money's in the project. So there can only be so much money in some of these projects. Some projects that are doing bigger things have bigger potential for market caps, but most of these DeFi platforms are sitting around $2 billion. Even when they pull back, they're sitting around $2 billion market caps. So if Sauce were to go to, let's say, a $2 billion, let's look at Uniswap, biggest exchange on Ethereum. Don't get me wrong, it's Ethereum's, so keep that in mind. But to me, HBAR is up in S tier with Ethereum. So if $10 billion can be in a DeFi platform on Ethereum, I think it's safe to say that $2 to $5 billion could be in a platform on Hedera. So let's extrapolate that. Let's take the market cap of Sauce and bring it up to something like $2 billion.
All right, here, just while we're talking, this is the monthly chart of Uniswap.
Yeah, Uniswap I think could be a really good buy too, but the market cap is just way too big for me to really want to get in on it. So there's already a lot of money in the project as it is now, and I'm not entirely sure if it'll go back to all-time high. It absolutely could. Don't get me wrong. Uniswap is a great platform, but again, a lot of money in it. The fully diluted is 10 billion, but it's at 5. So. Room to move still. But the reason that Sauce is so interesting to me is just because, that's interesting.
I don't like that.
But and notice the community sentiment is a lot lower than something like HBAR. So the interesting thing I want you guys to take away from this is Sauce, we'll call it $50 million market cap. It goes to 500 million. That's a 10x. It goes to 5 billion. That's 100x. So 5 billion, maybe a little bit out of the realm of possibility. But going to 2 billion is absolutely, in my mind, a guarantee. I really do believe that Sauce is going to look at that. It's not even at 50 million. It's at 30.
10x from here is $450 million market cap. $450 million for the DEX on Hedera.
And don't get me wrong, I think it can go to like $5 eventually. It depends how successful Hedera is. It depends on how much use there is for their DeFi platform. But if we look at previous cycles, to me, this is a no-brainer. I mean, one of the biggest chains getting the most adoption, all of this institutional investment, and their DeFi platform is just down 18% for the month. So,
yeah. That's our Reptar's guarantee is not financial advice. We don't give financial advice. You do whatever you want to do with your own money and do your own research. And don't listen to two guys in their house talking about crypto. Because
I
guarantee you a moron.
Myself. That's conviction right there. But no, guys, definitely do your own research. You can, a $200 billion market cap. See, and that's the thing. People, I think sometimes forget that like Ethereum has a $500 billion market cap. And yes, it's Ethereum, but don't get me wrong. Like these market caps can go higher than people think they can, depending on the strength of the project. HBAR, I 100% believe could absolutely go to 200 billion. XRP is already almost at 200 billion, and they're basically brother sister projects. You know what I mean? They're both ISOs. They're both doing or ISO 2022 tokens. They're both doing roughly the same thing in different ways. And I just.
Yeah, Ice, you bring up a good point that access to the Saucer Swap DeFi platform is a little. I don't think it's not harder. You just log on and you connect your wallet, but it's not. For lack of a better term, it's not as easy to cross-chain stuff.
Yeah, you have to use HBAR's wallet, which is the one thing. A lot of people are comfortable with using MetaMask and use it for everything. We'll talk about that more later.
Yeah, and you can buy Hedera on Coinbase or Kraken or wherever you buy it, but you can't engage with Sauce except on the Hashpack wallet.
And
or,
you
no,
know
well,
what?
No, sorry, that's not true.
ETH is the king of altcoins. I'll give you that. And there's a reason it's got a $500 billion market cap. However, XRP has half of that market cap. XRP. And again, I think it's totally possible that HBAR could go to those levels. And Ethereum is not quantum ready. Ethereum's blockchain could, even Vitalik, express concerns that there's a 20% chance that it could destroy the blockchain. And HBAR is already ready for that threat. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying HBAR is going to be as big as Ethereum. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that HBAR going to a $200 billion market cap over time, especially as more of this stuff is, put into practice, I think it could easily reach XRP's market cap, like no doubt in my mind.
Sure, as the total crypto market cap goes up, even if you just assume that their share of the market doesn't go up. Let me go back over here.
No, I'm again, Mark. I'm just comparing XRP to HBAR's market cap. I'm saying that XRP is almost at a $200 billion market cap, so I think HBAR could easily go to that level. I don't think HBAR is going to hit a $500 billion market cap until Ethereum hits a multiple trillion-dollar market cap. Then maybe we'll see some of these other coins go that high. But
right. So my point being there is let's see what percentage of the market does Bitcoin currently hold. Shoot, where is it? I just saw it.
The Bitcoin dominance, is that what you're looking for?
Sure. Let me just make this point. I saw it on the other ones. HBAR holds 2% of the market share of the total crypto market. The total crypto market is why is it not on CoinMarketCap?
I think it's right there at the top.
3.8. Right, so 3.8 trillion. So each coin, obviously Bitcoin is 2.1 trillion, so it's roughly 2/3 of the entire market. HBAR was 2% of the market. So even if HBAR doesn't change how much of the market share it has, as the market cap goes up, the value of HBAR goes up.
Exactly.
So if the market cap doubles, then you can expect, if everybody holds their same relative position, that each token's value would double because the total market cap went up. Point being this, HBAR doesn't have to move up the rank list to move up in value.
Exactly. I definitely think I think some of these market caps are going to get insane. I mean, even Render is at a this is a great comparison that I'll make, and this will be the last point that we talk about on this. But a lot of people ask me why I think Render could 10x, because Render is currently sitting at a $2 billion market cap. You need a $20 billion market cap to get to that. That's a lot of money. The reason that's not a lot of money for this project is because, again, it's relative to what industry it is. So if we're looking at something like NVIDIA, don't get me wrong, not comparing Render to NVIDIA, but they exist in the same niche. They're offering the same solution to the same problem, but this is renting out processing power on the blockchain.
AI and graphics processing.
Yeah, and it's also, getting into AI. So it's the idea is that if you look at a similar company like NVIDIA, last time I checked, I think NVIDIA was like at a $4 trillion market cap.
Sounds about right.
Or like 4D trillion. Like, it was disgusting last time. I don't even remember if you could find it, but actually I can look. But essentially, guys, when I see multiple trillions of dollars in projects that are kind of doing the same thing as something that's down to like 2 billion, I think it going to 20 billion is completely realistic. And it could even go higher than that, honestly. Like, I see Render being $100 billion project after the cycle, maybe the next cycle, but Render's not going anywhere. So it's just like there are some real opportunities right now, and the community sentiment is still super bullish on this one. So
let's shift just a little bit so we don't keep you here all day. One of the other main reasons, as we're talking about HBAR and Saucer Swap, is the liquid staking that we like. It's a good place. No, Ice, it's not as good as your arrow staking.
But that depends. Depends what pool you're in.
Depends on how risky you want to be. The arrow staking is very risk off as far as staking goes, and they do get a higher return right now. But let me show you these different pools, and you can be as risky or as not risky as you want. But basically what this means is you hold a little bit of sauce and a little bit of HBAR. Let's say you have to have an equal value of each. So let's say you have $100 sauce and $100 HBAR. You put them into the pool, and it generates a liquidity token that you hold. That is your placeholder for your HBAR and sauce. You are loaning that out to Saucer Swap Exchange, and they are making money. In return for that, they give you 13.7% APR. Cool. And now we know that the SEC said this is not a security. Here's the different, you can see the different pools. USDC, not super risky. BSL, I've never heard of, so it's going to be a little more risky. Let's see what we can do. 36.2% HBAR and Da Vinci.
If you go up to JC, again, these are all V1 pools, guys. V1 are traditionally safer. You can go to the V2 pools and take on a little bit more risk. And as you can see, the APYs are much, much higher, but you're taking much more risk.
You're taking more risk, and you're doing riskier. Dovu, don't know what it is.
Yeah. So on this list, like if we scroll, so right there
you go. That's a
HBAR pack seems to be safe, just because pack is that's 80%, but it's there is a lot of room for you to.
This right here is where the risk is. Setting this right here, you can't do that on a V1. On the V2, this is where your risk is. So we're not going to dive into the different stakings. I just only wanted to point out that there are staking options that allow you to stake all kinds of different pairs. So what does that do for you? That's great. I'm glad you asked. So I claimed. So I have two pools going right now. I have an HBAR pack pool, and I have a sauce and HBAR pool. So if I click on this, it'll tell you that's earning me 15% per year. Per year. That's not super great. Yeah, hurry, say something positive about Link for Ice. Link is S+.
S+?
The only place Link has to go is God tier. So that's for you, Ice. But you can see you put in an equal amount, and your rewards come back staggered. You're going to get more sauce than you are HBAR. I don't mind that because sauce right now is at 4 cents. So yeah, I harvested this last night. So in the last 8 hours, I've made 63 cents. But more importantly, I've made 13 sauce. If sauce goes to $1, I didn't earn 63 cents. I earned $13.
Exactly.
in 8 hours.
You can always swap the sauce for the HBAR. Like for the people who are like, I don't really want sauce, you can also just swap your sauce.
You can immediately, like, these are rewards. You have options. You can roll them back in and do the compound interest thing. You can pull them out and hold them. That's what I'm doing. You can also sell them into other tokens. That's the beauty of, like, you get your rewards in HBAR and sauce, and you can do whatever you want to with them. But you can see here, my current balances, I have, 27,000 sauce.
Strategist in the chat, welcome, man.
Hey, strategist, good to see you. Thanks for joining us last night.
Yeah, these pools are going to be looking sexy in about 6 months, guys. Damn.
This number right here doesn't look impressive. That number is what matters, because this will change based on this.
Yeah.
This right here stacks me every day. Both of these pools are generating. Wow, look at me. I made $1.32. That's great, but really what that means is I made 23 sauce and 1 HBAR.
Yeah. And that was in like 8 hours, guys. Yeah. So,
seriously, I slept.
Yeah. While he was sleeping. So, it's really great. The reason we love DeFi so much is because it's awesome to hold these tokens that we know are going to do well. Even like Arrow, if you're going to hold Arrow anyway, you might as well stake it.
Might as well be getting more of it. If it's going to sit there, it might as well be earning you money. Make your money make more money.
Yeah, just, moderate risk, guys. That's the biggest thing.
And the reason we like DeFi is I can make 13% instead of 0.5%.
Yeah, it's nice to be your own bank, for sure, because that's essentially what you're doing with DeFi. So you're lending out your money to an entity similar to a bank, but you're getting that interest instead of the other way around. So I guess that's going to be it for today, guys. One quick thing I did want to mention, it's a lot of you guys that have been with us for a long time know, we've been in this industry for a long time, and I just wanted to give a quick reminder to you guys to be safe with your wallets, because I actually just hit a wallet drain yesterday after game.
At some point.
I don't even know when it happened. I went into an old wallet and I went to send some funds, and every time I sent funds to the wallet, it is being sent out of the wallet. So I did find a way that I can kind of get some of my NFTs out of the wallet, but they took all the tokens. Realistically, it was only about $2,000. So an expensive lesson, but nothing, completely derailing. But I just want you guys to be safe out there, because all it takes is for you to sign one transaction on a malicious website with your wallet. If you guys have high value stuff, the only thing that saved me, pups. Oh, I feel so much better now.
Say hi. They wanted some screen time. These are my babies.
Love it.
This is Mama, and this is her son.
Oh,
that's my Ruby. She's my old lady. Okay, happy time. That's a happy for Reptar.
No, I love that. But yeah, I just be careful out there, guys. Like the only reason I'm able to save some of my NFTs, normally there'd be nothing you could do. If I try to send any kind of ETH to revolt cash, to do anything like that, it just immediately drained. There's a funny story. He's actually the wallet drainer he's using is charging him like $6-7 in gas every time it happens. So what I was thinking is I could send 20 cents to his wallet, to my own wallet, over and over and over and over again, and just drain that. There's all his ETH gone. Just if I can't have it, no one can. But I don't know. We'll see. But really, guys, the best thing to do is just keep your stuff in cold storage. If you have really valuable NFTs or a lot of tokens, keep it in cold storage. Only connect to things that you trust, really, really trust, and just triple check every single transaction before you sign it, guys.
Yeah, and strategists, you're right. It seems like they are ahead of the onboarding curve. I feel like that will be the normies' entrance into crypto moving forward. I think that's why a lot of people will take advantage of these ETF projects. It's like, well, I know I don't know enough about how to be safe, and I'm worried that if I do something wrong, I'll lose all my assets. So let me just let, Franklin Templeton do this for me, because if they lose the assets, they'll guarantee my money. And I think that's probably going to be the appeal for, the big boys keeping your crypto for you.
Yep. But that's the thing, guys. Self-custody is risky, but it's also risky having your money on exchanges, So it's like really the best thing, my best piece of advice, and the only reason that I didn't have all of my funds drained is because I have separate wallets, and I have a hot wallet that I use for all the degenerate stuff that I usually don't keep money on in case something like this happens. The bad news is I had a lot of NFTs on there that I can't move because I can't put gas in the wallet. What I can do is a lot of my faraway NFTs are Polygon based. So as much as I hate on Polygon, because there's no gas fees on Faraway's platform, I will be able to hopefully recover some of my assets by moving them to other wallets and stuff like that without gas fees. So just be careful out there, guys. We're about to get into a probably the biggest super cycle we've ever seen.
Scams will be everywhere.
Coming out hard. So please be careful, guys, because
and we'll remind everyone, if you're in our Discord or if you see something if you see comments on these videos that we post and somebody's like, hey, great video, let me ask a related question, and they start dropping all these seed phrases and all these links, or somebody copies our account name and is like, let me contact you on WhatsApp with this number. Do not click any links. Do not call any numbers. They are a scam. They will steal your money, and they need to be blown up.
And trust me, if Reptar decides to be vindictive and drain this guy's wallet, I'll do it live in the Discord for everybody. So let's get it. Scammer payback style.
Love it. I wish that guy, I hope it's real and not staged.
Me too. No, honestly, right. Because I love, a lot of people don't understand how they get scammed. I'm very familiar. To be totally honest, guys, this is how I think it happened. My computer was compromised because of Telegram. Never used Telegram before.
No one on the Alpha Origins community, not the community, but the Alpha Origins LLC will use Discord and YouTube and X, and we'll post stuff on TikTok, but we will never use Telegram. It is just a scam central.
It is. There's so many scams, and I know people say that about Discord and other things too, but it's just like Telegram is just rampant with it. And I was on there. We were trying to make some new connections with the community and stuff. I don't even really know what happened, to be honest. Somehow they were able to get into my email and started messing around with some stuff.
Oh, I remember that. They got your old email, login from a different account.
Yep. So they found some way to get in, and then when they did that, the only thing I could think of is maybe, and don't do this, guys, I had a screenshot of my private keys on my computer, I think. So they were able to get into my computer, into my files and stuff, and not my actual computer, but my email, and I must have stored it in there or something like that, and they found it and were able to get into my wallet. So guys, never take a picture of your private keys. I really do think that's the mistake that I made. And also stay away from Telegram and just keep a cold storage wallet. And don't interact with anything. Just put your money on there and just leave it. It's literally the only way. So
yeah, I hear you, strategist. It says, I don't Telegram, I don't Discord, I don't social media. Yeah, I hear you.
Well, we're glad you're on YouTube.
Yeah, as a crypto business, we do need a social media presence. But yeah, we keep everything pretty much on lockdown, and we want to make sure that everyone knows we don't post links in our comments. If we have a link from the show, it will be in the show description. We're not going to be dropping links in the comments. If you're on our Discord and you see something that looks like us, we will explain how to, make sure that that's my account and not somebody spoofing my account or Reptar's account.
Yeah,
we do the best we can to educate, but yeah, people are gonna scam and steal, and I really wish I could line them up in front of a firing squad.
Maybe one day we'll be able to do that.
Launch them into
All
space.
right, guys.
George Carlin has a good bit about that. That'd be awesome. All right.
Well, thank you guys again for
hit?
joining us for the live. We will be here again bright and early tomorrow for another show. And you know, again, guys, use this opportunity as a learning experience and take advantage of some of these prices, guys. I mean, I really do think alt season's coming soon, and you know, probably not till October. I mean, we always say Pumptober. So you know, you have all of September to probably, you know, get those bags packed, because if you don't already, because it is coming.
Yep. But you do you, and make sure, you know, we pull up a lot of posts and videos and social media from people that we know and trust and we like. If you have people that you know and trust and they are getting things right, keep following them and using that to gather your advice. If you're following these big social media accounts that, you know, just because they say stuff like XRP is going to $100,000, okay, I'm going to follow them because that's what I want to hear. The next 48 hours is key. You've got 27 hours left before, like, and you check back 27 hours later and nothing's happened. Why don't you go back and look at their, like, if you're on YouTube, go back and look at their videos and their history and how many times they've predicted all of this stupid crap that never happens, and unfollow them.
Exactly. And let me tell you what, guys, when you're watching this video in 6 months, you're either going to be like hanging out on the Alpha Origins yacht, or you're going to be like, damn, why didn't I buy sauce?
Yep. We're bullish on HBAR and we're bullish on sauce. Right now, today, this is September the 4th. It is 10:38 a.m. Eastern Time. HBAR is at 21 cents. Sauce is at 4.5 cents.
I cannot wait to come watch this video in 5 years.
Yep. 5 months, maybe. We'll see, guys. Ladies, gentlemen, Purple Giraffes, thanks for being here. I stole that, by the way. Crypto with Klaus. I'm sorry I stole your... he says purple-headed giraffes. Purple Giraffes. I guess I should say pink and purple dragons from Sword in the Stone. So, no, I'm not trying to steal from you, Klaus. I love your stuff. I watch you every day.
Unless he's the one who took my wallet.
Nah, not Klaus.
And we're definitely going to try and steal from you. Everyone have a great day. We will see you again tomorrow.
Yep. Have a great Thursday. Let me find my button and not click the wrong thing this time. There's the button. Happy Thursday. We're going to go figure out how to get Reptar's stuff off his wallet. Thanks for being here, Mr. Gray, Strategist, Ice, Muna. Appreciate you guys.